Hi, welcome to the Me Show. I'm Me and this is my show. Today we are talking about how to band. Let's get to it, shall we? Pretending that there's opening credits and singing a song and stuff, which gets it out. Okay, today we're going to talk about how to band. In other words, how to most efficiently and most cooperatively use your band's time at live gigs. I'm talking about this in the context of original gigs. Chances are if you're playing paid cover gigs, you've got your shit sorted out. So, a bit of background about me. Why do I know about this sort of stuff? I've done many gigs. I make most of my money as a cover musician, but I also have been in bands and am in a band currently and have played many original gigs as well. So the context for this is, I said, trying to get comfortable. Yes, I'm still not very good at YouTube videos, so this is where I really just try and hope that I have actually some information that is even slightly worth talking about. I'm going to come closer to the camera. Ugh. Squeaky chair. Ah, classy as hell. Edit that out. Now, the context is playing original music, multiple bands on a bill in places like this lovely city of Melbourne where there are many venues. And chances are if you're in an originals band that there are about 4 or 5 bands on the bill and you've all got about 40 minutes to play. So since I'm not very good at YouTube videos and my fucking lights are making me blind and I look so shiny, look at my head, how bald am I? Well, completely. That's not even really funny, is it? But hopefully, again, I'll get better at these. So I've made notes, and this time I'm not going to hold up my tablet because my fucking phone number's on this thing. So let's go, shall we? The idea being to have the best possible gig, to play as much music as you can, to play it as well as you can, and to provide the most entertainment. So I realized I shot this video last night and completely fucked the audio and realized that I've got 10 points here. And I realized that maybe it made the video a bit long. So I might split this video into 2. We'll just see how this goes. All right, number 1, check your ego. All right, pretty much everything you've seen about the rock and roll industry is bullshit. The reality is much different. All the attitude, wild behavior, and star worship are a facade we sell to the punters to create a vibe. And that's the truth. Television, movies, rock star life, absolute crap, right? This is the image we sell to punters to make us look more interesting than we are. The realities are completely different, okay? Because that leads me to this point. B, no one who matters, venue owners, managers, band bookers, cares how good you are, either personally or band-wise. If you act like an arsehole to them, you will do damage to your and your band's reputation, and no one will tell you, they'll just stop booking you. Okay? You might be the next big thing vocally. You might be the next super hot guitar player, bass player, keyboard player. Your band might be the next big thing. I hope they are, and that's great. But if you start acting like it before you are it, you will seriously do damage to your career, right? Venue owners, venue managers, they don't give a fuck how good you are, right? They've got a slot this Saturday night. They're going to fill it one way or another. They'll fill it with your band or they'll fill it without your band. The other thing is, none of these people will tell you. If you're being a dick, if your band's being dickish, if you're disrupting gigs or otherwise fucking things up, they won't tell you. They will just stop booking you. You will just find out one day that, no, because you'll get a lot of, yeah, no, give us your number and we'll get back to you, and they never will. Okay. Bottom line, if you act like a rock star before you are one, you will never be one. All right? I'll address this issue because I know ego is very important in live performance, and you should have some, but we've got to find a balance. Arrive on time, and that means at least an hour before doors open. Loading in after the gig has already started is difficult and just plain rude. Makes you look unprofessional. I want to be very clear and say that there are any number of reasons why someone might be a little bit later to the gig. You know, you might have a job, you might be working late, have some prior equipment. So I want to be clear that these aren't rules, these are guidelines, these are things I've observed. But the point being is, If you can arrive an hour before doors even open, you can move your gear in easily, you can navigate your way through the venue easily, you can set up quickly and easily. Gives you a chance to have a beer and a chat with other band members, with other bands. There's usually a few punters who are a little bit early. Have a chat with them, chat to the bar staff. You know, sound person, have a chat to the sound person. The earlier you are, the easier your gig will go. It looks ridiculous and extremely unprofessional to have the gig already started and have someone dragging their shit through the crowd. Again, I want to be clear, sometimes that just happens, and if it happens, it happens. But if possible, avoid these situations. And I think one of my things is telling me that my battery's failing. Let's have a look. God damn it. And we're back. Calm blue oceans, calm blue oceans. If you know you're going to be late to the gig, or one of your band members is going to be late to the gig, maybe ask someone else to take your gear in for you. To help. Okay, I'm going to have one of these things where I'm subtly, always constantly looking at the battery meter, because I only had 2 spare batteries. So if I run this battery meter out, I'm going to have to, testing, yeah. Oh man, the editing. And that's the other thing, dragging your shit across the crowd and everything. It pisses everyone off, it distracts the crowd from the band on stage, it's rude. I think you all get the point. Be organised and don't surprise the sound person. There is nothing ruder or more dickish than not telling the sound person about something until you're setting up. Suddenly pulling out your laptop and asking them to hook it up while you set up is just ridiculous. I have seen it happen before. The guitarist has got a normal rig, that's fine. Bass player's got a normal rig, that's fine. Singer's just got a microphone and that's fine. And the drummer's just sitting down, and just as they're walking up on stage, they have their laptop with them. They turn to the sound person and go, "Where do I plug this in?" Every single time you can see that look on the sound person's face of, "You fucking cunt." Most sound people will really try to help you out if they can. And most of the stuff you have isn't that difficult to do. But you need to let them know beforehand, even before the day of the gig, if possible. Sound people in Melbourne are, for the most part, pretty good, right? There's always going to be shit sound people. But if you need to, like my band Triumph Over Logic, we used to use a Roland SPD SX sampler as part of it. We play all the keyboard parts and all the other parts. I would tell the sound person that this is something that we use in the band and that you can treat it like a keyboard. That way the sound person knows, right, they're going to have another device, I need to treat it like a keyboard, and they can be ready for it. If you have a laptop, say, I have a laptop, we're looking to play something off it, and if you can and if you're able, have and bring your own cables for it. Okay? For my Roland SPDSX, I bought a couple of 6.5 to XLR cables. That way I always had them if the sound guy didn't have anything available. So if you need one of those little cables that plays audio out of your laptop, have those cables. They're not expensive and they're not hard to find. By giving them that warning, they'll do their best for you. If you have anything that goes beyond the typical setup, yes, we've already spoken about that. Gee, we're really rocking it today, aren't we? Flat batteries, shiny head, repeating myself, smoothness. Let's move like this. Look at the pretty guitars in the background. I own that one, and that one, but I don't own that one. And you should see what's hanging on the end. I'll even show you later on. Hell, I'll show you now. Watch this. Yeah, man. That is a Rickenbacker 660-12. Oh. 'Tis somewhat sexy. That belongs to Michael, guitarist in Triumph Over Logic. Know your set length. This is a big one for me. You see, when you play long on your set, not only do you fuck the band after you, but you fuck every band that follows for the rest of the night. You can ruin the whole night by going 5-10 minutes long on your set, especially if you're the opening band. Have some respect, people, okay? Have some respect. If you know your set's going to be 40 minutes long, in rehearsal, time your songs. Unless you're playing to click, you'll obviously never be exact, but you'll tend to be in the area. Also play, it's better to err on the side of playing slightly short than slightly long. So at rehearsal, put the stopwatch on there, 40 minutes, we know how many songs we're going to play, we know which songs we're going to play. That's very important. It doesn't look good, you finish a song, you tune in your guitar, oh my God, keep your instruments tuned. I didn't put it in there, but buy a tuner, borrow a tuner, get in fucking tune. Now, it looks ridiculous to go, oh, we got time for another song, time for one more song. You look ridiculous, okay? And by knowing how long your set is, you can play your set with all your enthusiasm that you need to, and then you can get out of the way, let the other bands do their thing. Because even if you are the best band on that night, it behooves everyone to help everyone else at every gig. Because until you're famous, you're fucking nothing, so we're all in the same boat. Okay? Let's all try and help each other out with these gigs. Know your set length. Get off in time.